The tape here, it's a different texture from the hair. It reflects light. If you don't leave enough hair out, you can look at their hair and you can see the light reflecting off of this and know, okay, they have something in their hair. The weather is changing now. It's about to get cool. A lot of my girls want to wear their natural hair, but they want to add more to it. They want length, or they may want a little bit of volume. That's why I'm doing this video, because a lot of people don't know the difference between microlinks and tape ends. Like, they know that they are different, but they don't know what the difference is. When I'm comparing microlinks and tape ends, the microlinks that I'm referring to is wefted, braidless, threadless microlinks. I know that a lot of stylists have a method of microlinks where they use the bead and then they take needle and thread and they stitch the hair on. I don't mean any disrespect when I say this, but when you are stitching hair on with needle and thread, you are sewing, which means that that's a sew-in. It's not microlinks. So this is the method that has no needle, no thread, no braids, just wefted microlinks. So both microlinks and tape ends require all of your hair to be out. If you're not comfortable with 100% of your natural hair out, then I would suggest to get a sew-in. You can still get a natural look. You would just have your natural hair left out on the top. One thing that they both have in common is, if they're done right, if it's installed properly, there will be no tension on your hair. So that's a plus for both of them. It's a way to get natural looking extensions with no tension, no pulling. Now, adhesive. Tape ends, even though it is tape, that is adhesive on your hair. And honestly, I know some people won't agree with it, but this is my opinion. This tape, as someone who used to install lace fronts, and I used lace tape a lot years ago, it's identical. It's almost like using lace tape, sandwiching your hair in between lace tape. So the adhesive is very strong. Now, most of the time when it comes to glue and adhesive, I feel like most of the time it can be taken out without damaging the hair. So if your stylist knows how to remove them properly, you won't have to worry about any damage. But at the same time, with adhesive, you're always taking a risk. There's no protective barrier between your natural hair and this adhesive. So you are taking a risk of losing some hair. Now, again, a lot of people know what they're doing and you won't lose any hair. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there's a risk. With microlinks, there is no adhesive. And that's what I love about them. It's no adhesive. So you're not taking a risk of hair loss. If they're installed properly, you're not taking a risk of losing your hair. With tape ends, you can install more hair with tape ends, which means that your hair will be much fuller than if you were to get microlinks. Now, you can have your install full with microlinks, but the thing is, if you're someone that naturally has thin hair, you can't get as much hair installed with microlinks as someone who has thick hair. The more hair you have on your head, the more wefts that we can install on your head. With tape ends, you can add a lot of hair. So if someone's hair is thin, you could still make it really full. With that being said, if someone's hair is thin, you would have to leave a lot more hair out the top to cover the track. Which leads me to the next thing. Tape ends require more hair to cover your track than microlinks. The tape here, it's a different texture from the hair. And most of the time it has like a little shine, or it reflects light, so where you know it doesn't look like hair there. If you don't leave enough hair out, if someone is standing in light, you can look at their hair and you can see the light reflecting off of this and know, okay, they have something in their hair. You know, it's some type of extension is in their hair. With microlinks, the install is very flat and it does not take much hair at all to cover the tracks. So honestly, that's a big difference to me. This requires more hair to cover the track, and this requires a very thin amount of hair. So since it doesn't take much hair to cover your microlinks, it's easier to blend your hair. And I'm gonna try my best to explain this. The top of your hair, the hair that you have left out, I can take a piece of track and I can put it right under your leave out, so where you only have a little bit of hair to lay over it and blend, and it'll really be a flawless blend. But with tape ends, because I can't put it so close to the top, I gotta drop it down more. Now you have a thick piece of hair to lay over your tape ends. So if you're caught in the rain, you working out, or you just having a bad day and your hair is not done, now you got this puffy piece of hair that you gotta try to maintain. And you might end up flat ironing your hair more, because that's more hair to maintenance, versus microlinks. I can just put this right at the top and we're good. So next, the best thing about wefted microlinks is that you can tighten them. So that means as your hair grows out, when it's time for you to go in for your tighten, your hairstylist can adjust them and put them right back at your root, and it'll look like new. Versus with tape ends, you're not able to tighten them. So when this grows out, it's more noticeable. And an example of that is, like, let's say you have a sew-in with leave out. When you first get your sew-in done, it's good, it's perfect. But as time goes on and that sew-in grows out, now it's further away from your scalp, it's further away from your leave out, and it's not as easy to blend your hair. That's what I mean with tape ends. Anything that grows away from your scalp is going to be more noticeable than it was when it was laying right there and easy to cover. And the fact that they're more noticeable as they grow out is the reason why they don't last as long as microlinks. I hear people say all the time that tape ends last 3 months. Tape ends do not last 3 months. If you keep your tape ends in 3 months, it is going to be noticeable. It's going to be very, very hard to hide your extensions, because they will be so grown out and people will be able to see them. I would not leave tape ends in longer than 6 weeks. If you want to do more, that's up to you. I wouldn't, because I wouldn't want anyone to see it. Microlinks last 12 weeks. There are some people that keep them in longer. I do not recommend it. I recommend all my clients to get their tightened at 6 weeks, and then 6 weeks later, their 12-week, 3-month mark, it's time to take it down. Again, that's another one where some people say they can keep them in 4 to 6 months. I'm not going to say that they're wrong. I just don't agree with it. And this is my reason why. As we all know, your hair sheds every day. So that hair that's in that bead is also shedding. After 3 months, it's not the same amount of hair that's in there. With the naked eye, of course, when we take it down, it's still going to look full. It's still going to look like the same amount of hair that is in the beads, but it's not. So when you keep microlinks in too long, you take the chance of losing hair. So you have to take them out at the 3-month mark, and you can get them put right back in, but you need to take it out, comb all the hair out that has shed, shampoo, treat your hair, trim it, and then you can reinstall it, because you can put the right amount of hair back through the links. I hope this video cleared up a lot of confusion between microlinks and tape ends. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any additional questions, you can leave them in the comments and I will answer them for you.